Hello and welcome to Channel 2S. I'm your host, Second Soundwave, and it's time for another episode of Gunpla News. Now, the news has been pretty slow this month, with us only getting maybe one thing really worth talking about each week, so I kind of waited for everything to pile up here at the end. And now we've finally got a good batch of stuff we can really sink our teeth into. Before we get into the news, though, I just want to give a quick shout out to the Crowcast, the podcast hosted by myself and Crow-sama over on his channel. We did release a new episode today, and by new, I mean one that we literally recorded a month ago, and Crow only just now got around to editing. However, it's out now, so if you want to go check that out, there should be a link down in the description. Also, before going any further, I gotta give a thank you to New Type HQ, channel sponsor of Channel 2S. If you want to get 10% off your first order, go to the link newtypehq.com/channel2s, and that'll be down in the description below, so you can get 10% off your first order. And even if you've already ordered from them in the past, if you use that link to go to their site and buy something from them, it'll show them that I sent you. Alright, so now let's get on to the news. So the first kit we have to talk about tonight, this is the most recent reveal and probably the most insane one. This is the Master Grade Testament Gundam. Now, this is a kit that probably a lot of people are going to be familiar with because this was probably the most high-profile release made by third-party Gunpla company Dragon Momoko. Dragon Momoko's Testament Gundam was probably one of their most popular kits, and the funny thing about it is even the people working at the company didn't know what the Testament Gundam was until someone on Reddit sent them a picture of it. I'm not even joking, they literally made the kit on a whim because they happened to see a picture of it one day and thought it looked cool. And I mean, they're right, it's a pretty awesome looking mobile suit. Now, this is a premium Bandai Master Grade, and spoiler alert, everything we're looking at today is P-Bandai, but don't leave just yet, there is some important news at the end. And despite appearing to be a brand new mold Master Grade, ironically enough, just like the Dragon Momoko Testament Gundam, this one also completely reuses the frame from the Strike Gundam Remaster. And seeing as the Strike Remaster mold is one of the better Master Grade frames out there, that is pretty cool to see. Now, the Testament Gundam does have some awesome gimmicks built into the weapons. The flight pack can be attached to the arm as a shield, it turns into a claw. I'm getting some big tactical arms vibes from this thing. And of course, he has that giant claw arm on this side as well. If you want to keep your Testament Gundam in a slightly less armed state, we do have a pair of dual pistols he can wield as well. And here's just a better look at that flight pack turning into the claw, as well as some of the stuff you can do with the claw arm. It would appear that the sides can fold out to form a bit more of a shield, and the pistols are stored underneath. The next surprise premium Bandai release we have is one that's a little bit older. This is the High Grade 00 Gundam Plutone. This is a all-new Gundam design and a brand new mold from Gundam 00P, a side story prequel to the Gundam 00 anime. Now, when I first saw this thing, I did have some reservations about it, mostly regarding these cables here because they so heavily are incorporated into the limbs of the kit. We got one going from the knee to the side skirt, we got one going from like the back skirt to the shoulders, from the shoulder pad to the elbows. I wasn't sure if these would be restricting articulation at all. Fortunately though, Bandai did go out of their way to show that the articulation of this kit is still going to be pretty decent for the most part, although I would have kind of liked to have seen a little bit more out of the elbow. Given the way the shoulder pad is designed though, I could understand them not wanting to give it more than that. So despite the cable's posability on this kit does look pretty good, I would say the color separation looks decent as well, definitely a cut above the older 00 kits we've gotten in the past. However, I am seeing a lot of the construction elements I remember from the old 00 kits, so it'll be really interesting to see how they modernize them for a 2020 model. As you can see, the accessory spread of this kit is going to be pretty decent, including a little detachable core section that is actually a full-on core fighter, which is pretty awesome. Now, obviously, this doesn't, properly transform on its own because, again, it's a high grade. However, we can see it's incorporating the GN drive. We got the cockpit here. This is a pretty cool little add-on, and I believe the second suit I've ever seen from 00 that has a core fighter, so it's pretty cool to see another one. So next up, we have another really cool reveal, and yes, it's another P-Bandai kit, but this time it's for the Master Grade Barbatos, so finally, another Iron-Blooded Orphans Master Grade. Well, kind of. It's really just a bunch of option parts for the Barbatos Master Grade we've already got. However, this set includes the parts for every single form that the Barbatos had in the first season of the anime, all in one box. So for around $30, you get the parts to make all of Barbatos' forms that you couldn't make with the retail Master Grade. Yeah, it sucks that this is P-Bandai, but I still think this is a pretty great deal, seeing as you're getting all the forms in one package. And with how many forms the Barbatos has, this is pretty much the best way they could have done it. Of course, the main draw will probably be the Form 6, since that's the most distinctive one from the Form 4 that we've already gotten. You can see he does have the delightfully detailed and very well molded chainsaw mace claw weapon of death that is probably one of the coolest weapons I've ever seen in Gundam. I'm not sure where they got this really light slate bluish gray from, though. They did the same thing with the high resolution model, and I'm not not sure if that's actually based off of anything. Here you can see everything you get in the box, and as you can see, the color separation is absolutely spectacular, as you would expect from Master Grade. Finally, the gray style shoulders are molded in the correct colors. These parts are all molded properly. He's got the Galileo claw. He's got the shoulder pads for the 6th form with the blue stripe down the middle. Everything about this kit looks just beautiful. It's a lovely, lovely addition to the Master Grade Barbatos. And here you can see, of course, with this being a Master Grade, we also have some articulation on all the parts that should articulate, be it pop-out parts on the side thrusters, claws on the other side thrusters, or an opening and closing grappling hook. The kit will also include a very detailed 1/100 scale mobile worker with an opening cockpit on both the top and the front, and you even get a little pilot figure of Orga to go with your Mika. Being a premium Bandai kit, this does also include water slide decals for the Master Grade Barbatos. Looks like we're even getting some little scratch and scuff marks, which personally I'm not a fan of. I don't really like when they do these kind of marks as decals, and I think they always look better if you actually do them yourself. But if you want to spruce up your Barbatos a little bit and you're feeling just a little too lazy to actually paint it, you know, might not be a bad option. Next up, we have another premium Bandai kit. We are, unfortunately, doing only premium Bandai kits tonight, but man, the ones we got are some pretty awesome looking models. So this is the New Gundam Heavy Weapon System for the real grade New Gundam. Now, this kind of got leaked in the last episode because Bandai accidentally updated their website too early, but in the time since then, we did get the full reveal, and it's about as awesome as you could expect. I really liked what they did with the Master Grade Heavy Weapon System with all those new gimmicks they added, like the subarms and the missiles in the chest, and some of those actually do carry over to the real grade. As you can see, the real grade does keep the chest missiles from the Master Grade, and they even have proper color separation, a very nice looking addition. I would say definitely the biggest draw of this kit is just how awesome the silhouette looks. I love how the heavy weapon system looks on the New Gundam, and since I've been displaying my high grade without the heavy weapon system, I kind of want to get one of these to go with the real grade. One neat little addition they also made is a hinge on these flaps on the shield so you can actually rotate them out for a little bit of better mobility when you're posing. And I believe there's a sliding mechanism in the barrel of the rifle as well. Now there will be 2 releases of this armor. You will be able to get just the armor on its own for around $20, and then there is a larger bundle that also includes the real grade New Gundam itself, and I don't recall exactly how much it is, but I do believe it's cheaper to just get the add-on set and then a regular retail New Gundam. So even if you don't already have a real grade New Gundam, I think that's still probably going to be the cheaper option to go with. So next we have another one of those F90 mission sets, and yes, it does seem like they really are doing all the letters A to Z. I don't even remember the letters for this one. I believe it was U for Uplift, and then I think like C for Command or G for General or something like that. And these are, they're some pretty interesting packs, I guess you could say. Now the first one, I'm just going to call it Command because I don't remember what it was actually called, is the most bare bones basic pack and was really only included here because the other pack was so big they couldn't really include a full second pack with it. All we're seeing here is some big tail fins on the back and I think a new rifle. But the Uplift pack, oh boy, Uplift is, it's definitely something. It's basically a rocket that the F90 just kind of wears. It does come with a support beam for the back of the rocket, and there is some stuff on the front that helps hold them in place, but for the most part, this is just a rocket with the F90 inside of it in the most awkward and unaerodynamic way possible. Now, apparently this is for exiting the atmosphere and getting the suit into space, which I could totally believe, and while I do appreciate the utilitarianness of this design and how it's just all about function and doesn't really care about making the suit look cool or uncool, I still can't really get into it. None of the option sets for the F90 have really interested me so far, but this one's definitely the easiest pass out of the bunch. And the final news of the night is regarding the US Premium Bandai shop. Now, they are doing a giveaway on Twitter that you can check out at their, I believe it's at P-Bandai US or something like that, or if you just go to @BluefenBrands, they're going to have a link to it, I believe, where they're just giving away a couple Wing Gundam kits. And then the big thing that they're trying to hype up is a bunch of new US pre-orders. And those US pre-orders are basically everything we just talked about tonight, plus a bit more. So the New Gundam Heavy Weapon System, the Barbatos expansion parts, the Plutone, the Testament Gundam, everything we just talked about tonight is going to be going up tonight, and I mean tonight as in the night that I'm making this video, on the P-Bandai web shop. And in addition to that, we are also getting pre-orders, finally, at long last, in the United States for the Wing EW Master Grades. These have been some long awaited kits. I am so hyped to be able to finally get myself an Ultron, and I hope you guys are able to pick up the kits you want too, because I guarantee you these things are going to sell out really fast. There's actually a lot more than just these coming to the US in this batch, so I would recommend checking out their site tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern or 6 o'clock Pacific, depending on your time zone. And yeah, I'm definitely going to try to pre-order myself some cool stuff. So I believe that is going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was kind of a shorter episode of Gunpla News. Again, there wasn't really a lot we could talk about this month, and also I just wanted to get this video out as quickly as I could so you guys could get to the premium Bandai pre-orders in time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you've never been on Channel 2S before, or if you just haven't subscribed already for some reason, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get new Gundam content every once in a while delivered to your sub box. And as always, I am your host, Second Soundwave, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys.